Hey guys, it's Arch3 here, and today I want to tell you guys how to get better at aiming, specifically on PC. I will likely make one for controller, but this one will focus on PC, because it'll utilize sensitivity on PC and a website, and yeah. So, let's get into it. Alright guys, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Google, you want to search up aiming.pro. And it should be see this screen. You want to hit login and then create an account. It's free. You don't need to worry about anything. It's just free website, free resource. The only thing is you'll see some ads. Like down on the bottom of the screen here, you can see some ads. So create an account real quick and be right back. Alright, now that you're logged in, you should see this screen. The first thing you want to do is go to sensitivity. Now, whatever game you're trying to improve your aim in, because obviously all of us have at least one game, you want to find that game you like to play. There's a ton. For me, I'm going to do Valorant, because I have a nice base game in sensitivity for it, which is 0.25, and then hit save, because that's my base sensitivity for all my games right there. So, then find a sensitivity that you like, or if you haven't found a sensitivity that you like, then I recommend starting out with doing drills, right? Yeah, drills. And just playing whichever ones you want to start with. Just play whatever and see what you like the feel of. You can change sensitivity in game, so you just can't change it per certain games. That's the only thing. So once you're done with that, you're going to want to go to Crosshair. You're going to want to change your crosshair. For me, I personally am going to go with a brighter green crosshair. Change it to whatever color you want. Pretty nice. And I don't like outlines at all. And I like crosshairs, not dots. Okay, this is very interesting. I guess I could play tic-tac-toe, but as you can see, you can mess with whatever you want here. Although, I don't know, this is kind of messed up for some reason. I don't want a disc, no dot, that, no. What? What is this? Okay, it's because of the gap. Alright, we're good. That's fine. And then for me, I like to have just a small crosshair rather than a dot, because I don't like the dots as much. So that you got to a crosshair that you like, hit save, and then you're ready to start improving your aim. So what you first want to do is assess your skill in the 4 games and it'll tell you where you are relative to everyone else. So start with whatever, and your goal is to knock out as many targets as you want. Don't focus on, like, trying to go really fast or trying to hit the center of the target. Just try and get as many as you can. Alright, so now that I've finished the first one, Target Frenzy, you can see it'll show me where I am compared to everyone else. And it says the amount of shots that I took are pretty low, so I need to improve my speed. But I also had 100% accuracy, which is likely because of the low amount of shots. I had 61% critical hits, which is a lot higher than typical players, at least on this training. Then my target lifetime was relatively high, and that you want to try and focus on getting that down. Same with reaction time, it wasn't too high, but it still needs to come down a little bit. Targets destroyed still needs to get a lot higher, and as I said earlier, that is your primary objective, to kill as many targets as you can. So now that you've done that, continue to the next one. Alright, now I just finished the last one, which was tracking, and as you see my scores, I honestly didn't do that great on this, but now we're going to continue. It's going to assess your skill. See, it says Target Frenzy. Oh, yeah, very low percentile. As I said, I didn't do too great. Flick, about 85th percentile, 70th percentile, 74th percentile. So, it says I'm talented, 61st percentile, which is pretty average. So that's not too bad. But I think I could definitely get my target frenzy up, and that really brought me down. So now that it's assessed your skill, you could either test your skill or go train. But I'm gonna show you guys what you do next. Alright guys, so what I would say, the next thing you should do is definitely based on what you want to do. So like, for a game, maybe more like Valor, like I play, I'm more focused on trying to flick. So more accuracy, more flicking, rather than tracking, because there's not as much tracking in Valorant. But if you're like, say, a Soldier 76 main in Overwatch, you might want to focus more on tracking rather than flicking, although flicking will still be very, very important at the same time. But it all is based on your needs, so you just want to make sure that you're understanding that, and you know what to do. So, like for me, I'm gonna play flick aim, short range, and this is just a start. So like, it may seem simple to begin, but it's just starting. Like, even if it's just like this. See, even like trying to hit headshots is good too. I can't really hit anything, but that's what's important. Is it's gonna take time to get better, and I obviously need to put more time into it. I just got my results, and I just want to point out, you don't really need to focus on critical hits. Even though I may have focused a little too much on critical hits, for elite users, they hit very, very low amounts of critical hits, because they're more focused on just trying to get a flicking concept down, and then maybe they'll work more into trying to hit headshots. And it especially depends on what kind of game you're playing, because some games, maybe headshots aren't as rewarding, maybe not as worth it. But in most games, like Valorant, you have to hit your headshots. That is how you win games. One of the last things I wanted to say was that you can go onto drills. Then there's all kinds of custom drills that you can do, and you can sort by what you want to do. So say I want to do flicking click timing. I have all these options, so I'm going to play close range frenzy, which I'd like to do more long range, but I just want to do this as an example. Close range is, you want to start with close range because it's easier because of how close it is, although I'm not really showing this that easier, but I like to do more long range stuff. In my opinion, I think it helped me out more because it's more precise movements rather than quick. So what I do want to tell you guys is, even though it says 67th percentile, I don't want you guys to compare yourself to that. Comparing yourself is honestly one of the worst things you guys can do, because it's going to bring your mentality way down, and you're not going to be as positive because you're going to see that you're lower percentile. But you have to also think that the people that are using this, that are included in that percentile, are also a lot better at aiming than the typical player. So you want to keep that in mind when you're doing this. So say I'm 67th percentile. I might be 67th percentile in this, but if I compare myself to the whole population of a game, or just people that play games, I'm probably a lot higher than that. So, and plus, the nice thing about when it shows you your results is the elite users, because you can see how you are compared to your skill level, but then you want to see where you want to get to be. So I see for targets destroyed, I'm a little above average for my skill level, but I want to get to a lot higher. And honestly, 182, I need to get to about 50 more. I want to increase my speed. So my target lifetime needs to come down, which these two go with each other. And reaction time also goes with them too. So, but accuracy, you want to constantly be keeping up. As you can see, I'm above my skill group typically, but for shots I'm down. So a lot of this I want to improve my speed on. So, if you see what I'm saying. Another thing I want to say is if you felt that when you assess your skill it wasn't where you really were, you can retest. So, I had some technical difficulties, but we're good now. So say, I didn't like my percentile for Target Frenzy. I actually did better in I thought tracking was Target Frenzy. I think I mixed them up earlier. Sorry about that. But I didn't like where I placed in Target Frenzy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus more on trying to get more target, taking a lot more shots than I was before. I'm trying to get that percentile up to where I really should be. Because I was focusing way too much on trying to get critical hits than trying to actually get the kills, which is what you should prioritize in any game. See, my percentile is a lot higher, 66th percentile, because I got a lot more targets destroyed, even though I may have sacrificed a little bit of accuracy, and I still sacrificed a lot of critical hits. I'm still a lot higher than the average population for elite users and my skill group. And the target lifetime still was a little higher than it should be, so I do want to try and get it down, but reaction time was lower than my skill group. Not bad, not bad. So continue there. And then I'll see if it will update. Should update. Yep, it updated. My percentile is 73rd. Now it went up a lot more. Because it went from, I forget what it was before. But now I'm like borderline a rank up for skill level. So a lot better than before. Flicking was pretty high, You want to try and get these up, but don't just play these constantly. You want to be playing skill builders, drills. There's all kinds of sources here you can do that'll improve your aim. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I did want to point out that I do not typically use Aiming Pro as much, but because I was exploring more free options, I decided to go to Aiming Pro to recommend to you guys what the best thing is to improve your aim. What I typically use is Kovac 2.0, the meta, and I really like it. Honestly, I think it's better than Aiming Pro, and it's worth the $10, but, I understand $10. If you don't want to pay $10, it's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And Aiming.pro is pretty much just as good. I just like some of the mechanics and more of the visuals in Kovac a little bit better, so, and more of the cues, so. But I will be making a similar video for controller. Now I'm going to explore how to do that, but by the time you're watching this video, that video will likely also be out in a couple days, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it in the description. Also put it on a card at the end of the video. So, but thank you for watching. I will be back soon, and I hope you had a good one. I hope it really helped your aim. So, bye.
Run.